Hi guys, this is Rose with Pertain to Rose. I just wanted to do a quick video out today. I realized a lot of people don't do this, what I'm going to show you. A lot of people will make up soups and save their leftover soup and freeze it in a container in the freezers. That takes up a lot of room. So I had some dry beans, like a very large 12-pound bag of dry beans. And me and Jumpin' Joe Bean decided to use those beans up, so we soaked them overnight and we made some soups. So we did a ham and bean soup and a chicken bean soup. Well, there's not a whole lot of room in the freezers. we just don't have that much room in freezers anymore. So what I do, and this is something that you may want to think about, I tend to save all the little things out of the soda carriers. Hold on, let me see if I can grab one real quick. This came out of a 24-pack soda container. So I saved these and pieces of cardboard that are about this size, a little bit bigger maybe. They're perfect for doing this. And what I do is I make the soups and I put them in bags and I freeze them flat like that. So they're flat. Now this one's a little thicker because it was a thicker bean soup. And then when I put it in the freezer, I put it on top of the cardboard. And when I'm ready to freeze my next one, I move this up or put another one in there. And now that's my chicken and bean. This here's my ham and bean. I freeze that one right on top. So now they're flat. What's nice about doing these flat, and I'll tell you, especially in the gallon size bags, which is perfect actually. Now these ones here are a little more than what this can handle, but what I like to do is once they're frozen solid, I will take them out, cut them out of their bag. I know. But then I can seal them in a sealer. So now that soup that would normally last 2 months, 3 months in a freezer can now last 6 months to a year. You know, I probably keep them in there 8 months, but I've already had them in there sometimes for a year or more. And they stayed perfectly good. Now when doing bean soups, of course, you know, the beans soak up all that extra broth. So when you do get them out and thaw them out and makes for a quick dinner, you may want to take some chicken broth or ham broth or whatever kind of broth, beef broth, and add a little broth to it just to give it that, you know, a little bit more, because the beans do soak up all that moisture and then you don't have no broth. But this is something you want to keep in mind because it will really save you a ton of money in the long run. And I've always been one of those people, gotta save money in whatever way I can. And this was one way I could stretch my food dollar. So I don't just do regular soups. This one here is a Mennonite soup with beans. I called it a chicken soup because I used the chicken broth or chicken and beans, but actually this Mennonite soup with beans, what I did was I have a slow cooker. Well, I actually have a small pressure cooker that can be used as a slow cooker. I'm a slow cooker too, but or a crock pot. Some people call them crock pots. What I do is I take my leftover meats and leftover vegetables, don't matter what they are, I throw them all in. I throw them all in there. And I add whatever broths that I have saved, you know, and I got broths in my freezer. I stack them all up. I add my broths to it. I add onion and garlic and whatever seasonings I want to it. But then I'll put that in my freezer in a container. And I'll add leftover vegetables from the week. Okay, we had peas on Thursday. We didn't eat them all. We had this much left and nobody wanted them. Dumped in there. Leftover green beans. Dumped in there. Leftover asparagus or broccoli or Brussels sprouts, whatever you got. Just dump it in there. Just keep adding to the top of it. And then you might want to take it out, thaw it all out, cook it up again, make sure it's all cooked in there good and mixed in well. And then you're going to get it ready. And that's your what they call Mennonite soup. And the only reason why they call that is because the Mennonite and the Amish have done this, you know. They just keep adding to it. And everything gets mixed in. Oh my goodness. You cannot believe how good this is. I have used cooked spinach left over from a restaurant. I just rinsed it out because it still had a lot of the, tasted like, you know, spinach out of a can. So I rinsed it out, left it, you know, drain, squeezed out some of the extra fluid, and then I added it to my soup. Best soup in the whole world. You cannot believe how good it is. So I do things like that to save money, but I wanted to show you the flat system. Like I said, I made these ones a little thick. These ones actually I made for my sister, so that we can get these vacuum sealed and back into the freezer. And then on a rainy day, snowy day, something happens, you can't go to work, whatever, you can pull one of these out. You can throw it in a slow cooker and cook it slow, or you can just throw it in a pan and heat it up. I'll tell you what, best meal ever in the middle of winter when you really want something that's just very, very good. I hope you use these ideas. I got a lot more. I just wanted to get this one out here and thought I'd do this one just for you. Okay, love you, YouTube. Bye.